but you could see it in Tyson's face when he's staring him down. There's this crazy, he's following him. It's like a predator who can't wait to get the green light to let the genie out of the bottle.
Sat down and knocked out. Tyson's first fight after prison. How it went. The duel with Peter McNeely turned out to be short, but remembered forever. Mike Tyson, USA versus Peter McNeely, USA. Fight in the weight category of over 90.7 kilograms. Result: Tyson's victory. McNeely was disqualified in the first round at 1 minute and 29 seconds. August 19, 1995, Las Vegas, MGM Grand Arena. Mike Tyson has had more classic fights than any heavyweight in the last 30 years, but even among his classic fights, there are some that come to mind first. One of these happened 25 years ago. In August 1995, Mike returned to the ring after serving 3 years in prison. I didn't think about sex, even when I came to his room. What a big role reputation and public opinion play in the lives of famous people. This is the main conclusion that suggests itself from the story of Mike Tyson's imprisonment. He went to jail in 1992. Mike still does not consider himself guilty and says that he will remain confident in his innocence until the end of his days. He says he didn't rape Desiree Washington. What really happened there? Only Mike and Desiree know about this, but after analyzing the information that is in the public domain, certain conclusions can be drawn. On July 18, 1991, at the Black Expo Festival in Indianapolis, Tyson met 18-year-old Washington, the winner of the Miss Black America contest. He invited her to meet in the evening to have a good time. Desiree agreed. She acted flirty, showed him photos in a bikini taken during the competition. They spent the evening together, after which they went to Mike's room. Then Tyson's bodyguard decided to go to his place, although he usually was on duty at Mike's suite when he brought unknown girls. As Mike told the court, he and Desiree had sex. They had finished after midnight, after which the beauty asked to be taken to the hotel where she was staying. Mike invited her to stay at his place for the night so that in the morning, on the way to the airport, he could take her to the hotel. The girl refused, after which Mike rudely escorted her out of the room. She got into a limousine and Tyson's driver drove her to her destination. The driver recalls that the girl was very angry and said, "What does this boxer think of himself?" Tyson found out that a rape case had been opened a week later. Got off easy. Desiree stated in court that there was no coquetry, that Mike used physical force to achieve sexual contact, that she screamed and ran away from him in tears. No one had heard the screams, but to be fair, this would have taken place at nighttime. There were no bruises on the girl. Tyson's limousine driver also did not confirm. During interrogation in court, Desiree answered no to the question of whether she was expecting sex when she voluntarily came to Tyson's room. Nevertheless, Tyson outright lost the process. His lawyers failed to provide the necessary evidence, and public opinion was completely on the side of the girl. His reputation played against the boxer. Mike had problems with the law throughout his life. As a teenager, he was repeatedly brought into the police department for various different offenses. Judge Patricia Gifford was known as the Hangman for her toughness and intransigence. On a combination of charges, which included such articles as perverted criminal acts and retention by force, Tyson was threatened with up to 60 years in prison, but he got off with 6 years, of which he only served 3. Cash fight. Not surprisingly, the return of Mike Tyson to the ring was awaited with particular interest. What will Iron Mike show after 4 years of inactivity? What was the state of his boxing reflexes? What if they didn't exist at all? Everyone asked these questions. It was impossible to lose to Mike, so a suitable opponent was needed, and Don King found it. Mike's opponent was 26-year-old Peter McNeely, nicknamed the Hurricane. He was ranked 7th in the WBA rankings. He had a decent record, 36-1 with 30 knockouts, but he never fought anyone at the level of even Tyson's sparring partners. His record was inflated by fights with mediocre opponents. McNeely's last 5 opponents before the Mike fight were 14-68, 15-41, 0-8, 16-7, and 18-21. A majority of Hurricane's opponents were also of the same caliber. A few months before the fight with Tyson, he was not in any ratings, but suddenly, unexpectedly, he was on the 7th line. It's all King's work. Before the fight, Mike's chances of winning were estimated at 96 to 97%. The fight sold so well that it was one of the top 5 most watched pay-per-views ever at the time. In total, 1.6 million pay-per-views were sold, worth $180 million. There was no such interest in Tyson's fights even in his best years before prison. The hype was also helped by a hilarious press conference in which McNeely read a poem from a piece of paper about how to kick Tyson's ass. And if you haven't bought a pay-per-view, then do it before it's too late.
McNeely from Medfield, Mass. On Saturday night, watch me kick Tyson's ass. But if you haven't made your pay-per-view arrangements yet, make them soon. Because remember what happens when I wrap you in my cocoon.
Mike, on the other hand, went to the microphone for a few seconds and said that he was grateful to God that he was standing here again and ready to fight.
Hello, I bear witness there's only one God, and Prophet Muhammad, may peace be unto him, is the prophet of God. I'm just happy to be here. Everybody's made their statements. Mr. McNeely had a cute statement. I'm just ready to fight. Thank you, everyone, for your support. Thank you.
The fight itself lasted only a minute and a half. McNeely ran to Tyson as soon as the starting gong rang, but quickly ran into a left hook in the head and was knocked down. Hurricane pretended not to notice the referee's score and ran at Mike again. For a while, the boxers hacked at the ropes, but soon Tyson's punches again found McNeely's jaw and he again crashed onto the floor. When he got up, he began to stagger from side to side, at which point the promoter climbed over the ropes and was in the ring. The fight was stopped. Peter lost by disqualification. Mike returns triumphantly, and McNeely gained worldwide fame for a while. A few months after the fight, he even began to advertise pizza, which, according to the plot of the video, knocked him out. Soon after, he suffered several more defeats in the ring, at which point people had forgotten about him. And if they did remember, then it was only in the context of that very fight with Tyson. Mike also had to go through many more legendary stories. In his future were 2 fights with Holyfield and a bitten earlobe, deprivation and restoration of a boxing license, new problems with the law, fines, and a suspended sentence for drug possession, as well as starring in films and appearing in creative evenings around the world. Tyson still remains in sight, leading an interesting podcast on YouTube. Mike Tyson's training program. Legendary champion Mike Tyson broke into the elite world of boxing at the age of 20. The Magic Boy scattered opponents around the ring like an angry tiger. The boxer managed to climb to Olympus due to his unbending character and a special training system. The training plan of Iron Mike was available to experts who carefully studied the training of the star. How did Mike Tyson train? Tyson's anthropometric data is not a benchmark for martial arts. In the history of battles in the ring, there were also more naturally gifted fighters. A special training helped the Magic Boy to develop his strengths. The authorship of the technique is attributed to boxing guru Cus D'Amato. He insisted that the future champion synchronize his time with the schedule and always know when to go to train. Daily routine. The first thing Cus D'Amato relied on was careful adherence to the daily regimen. The coach forced Tyson to live according to the following schedule. 4 a.m. Rise, jogging 7 to 8 kilometers, shower, and sleep again. 10:20. Wake up, eat a light breakfast. 12 o'clock. Work in the gym with sparring partners under the close supervision of D'Amato's assistant, Kevin Rooney. 10 fights in the format of 2 rounds of 2.5 minutes. Maximum emphasis on punches. 13:30. Strength exercises. Pumping the press 200 approaches. press on the uneven bars, shrugs, and classic push-ups. 15-20. Work with paws, a punching bag, a jump rope, a shadow fight. 1700. Repetition of the power block exercises. 1930. Dinner, rest. 2010. Cardio training on an exercise bike. 2200. Tactical exercises. Study of video recordings of confrontations in the ring. Analysis of future opponents. 2245. Sleep. The coaching staff of Iron Mike paid special attention to the intellectual training of the athlete. The Motto system includes an extensive list of literature, scientific and popular, that Mike had to read. Sports experts have calculated the approximate number of exercise that the champion performs per day. The results of the Magic Boy are quite impressive. 2100 squats, 500 sets of bench press on the uneven bars, 1900 abs exercises, 550 shrugs. Working with a pair. D'Amato insisted that Tyson use a variety of pairs in the hall in size and weight. To work out the waist after the impact, a teardrop-shaped projectile filled with sand was used. The famous fast slopes of the Iron Mike were the result of regular work with the drop. His manner of fighting became revolutionary, and world boxing carefully studied his techniques. To practice the blow, the champion switched to a 140 kilogram pair. The essence of the exercise is in the constant attacks of the pair, which is in motion with different amplitude. Shock system. D'Amato is rightfully considered a unique coach who has developed a strike system for his ward that is as easy as possible to remember. The coach assigned a number to each type of opponent's attack. For example, the right cross was denoted by the number 1, the left jab 2, and so on. Tyson memorized combinations of numbers and worked in the ring like a robot, repeating a series of blows over and over again. The coaching staff of Iron Mike prepared special punching bags for the boxer on which the affected area was indicated by a number. The champion brought this system to automatism. This helped him maintain clarity of thought during the hottest battles in the ring. Updated Tyson workouts. A riotous lifestyle and disregard for the law brought the champion to the prison gates. After serving his time, Iron Mike did not fall into depression, but began to bring his body into shape. With the help of a team of personal trainers, Tyson has developed an updated training system. The trainers took into account the age of the boxer and the absence of normal physical activity for many years. Starting with the warm-up, body turns, slopes, and jumping on toes. Next up is the power complex. Push-ups from the floor, 3 sets of 20 times, then stretch for 10 to 15 minutes. Work with the blow and in the ring. Paw, 3 rounds of 2 minutes. Shadow fight, 4 rounds of 1.5 minutes each. Sparring, from 3 to 10 rounds. And working with pairs. Performing this set of trainings, Mike quickly improved his physical condition and regained his former power. Video footage of Tyson's training in the gym. Iron Mike was a real machine for unwinding the opponent in the ring. The basis for victories was the character of the champion and the strict implementation of the training system.
Well, friends, that's the end. Subscribe to the channel and expect new original videos every Thursday. Before meeting.